Part 52. The Country Life of a Rich Dad. Author, Wo Shihami Gua. Chapter 511. Watching his third sister and brother-in-law go home, Li Chen was also relieved. Click on the system. Host, Li Chen. Wealth, 1,997,912,648,186.9. Skills, release the inner strength. Medical skills, immortal level. Beast taming, god level. Return points, 11,185,175. Return level, 100 times. Currency exchange, 1:20,000. Looking at the seemingly endless return points in a short period of time, he smiled. First exchange 10,000 drops of vitality water, consume 20,000 return points, and leave 11,165,175. Grandpa, get ready to work, Li Chen shouted. Li Chuanlong just came out with a broom and swept out the dust that had just splashed into the house. These saplings need to be watered again, so as not to be sunburned to death tomorrow, Li Chen said. Li Chuanlong nodded and immediately took out a small water pump and hose from the house. Hearing about watering, Li Biwu instantly became energetic. He took Daodu to the large reservoir of his home and looked at Li Chen eagerly. After Li Chen cleaned the pool, he blocked the outlet with a plug and turned on the faucet. At the same time, the 10,000 drops of Yuankai water he exchanged began to dilute it. A full 10,000 drops of Yuankai water are definitely not a small number. Li Chen stood by the pool and put the pump brought by Li Chuanlong into the water. The mixed Yuankai water and ordinary water flowed along the water pipe and sprayed towards the piled saplings. Li Biwu immediately left Li Chen and turned to find his great-grandfather. Sure enough, this little girl knew when to find someone to act coquettishly to get benefits. Daodu was having fun on the side. The water pipe was not thick, so the water was naturally not very fast. Li Biwu was so excited that she even asked her great-grandfather to hold her and lift her up high to spray water on the saplings. The grandfather and grandson laughed happily. Great-grandfather, higher. Okay, Li Chuanlong seemed to be in a playful mood and played with his precious great-granddaughter. I want to play too. Li Zifeng couldn't help but run over, and the two sisters started to fight for the water pipe. How could the irritable Li Biwu give up her favorite water play project? She immediately bit Li Zifeng's arm. Xiao Wu. Li Chen was startled when he saw the scene and rushed over immediately. Li Chuanlong quickly pulled Xiao Wu and Xiao Feng apart, and Li Zifeng was about to hit Xiao Wu with red eyes. Li Chen rushed over and saw a trace of blood oozing from Li Zifeng's arm, and his face suddenly became gloomy. Who told you to bite people? Li Biwu bulged her eyes and didn't know how to answer for a while. Who told you to bite people? Li Chen's voice was a little lower. Li Biwu was frightened by Li Chen's appearance, and turned around and threw herself into Li Chuanlong's arms, crying in grievance. Li Chen pulled Li Biwu directly over, and she wanted to go to the arms of her great-grandfather again. Stand still. With Li Chen's deep shout, Li Biwu could no longer hold back and burst into tears. Li Chuanlong wanted to come over to comfort his precious great-granddaughter, but was stopped by Li Chen. Li Chen pulled Li Zifeng's arm and said in front of Li Biwu, who told you that you can bite people when you grab things? I. Li Biwu cried and sobbed. Li Chen took a deep breath, and pulled Li Biwu in front of him with anger and heartache. After helping her wipe away her tears, his tone became calmer. Xiao, Dad loves you very much and loves you very much, and so does great-grandpa. The whole family spoils you, but there is a limit to spoiling you, do you understand? Li Biwu's tears fell, and she sobbed even more. You are a smart child, Dad has always known it. But this is not an excuse or reason for your willfulness. She is your sister, how can you bite her? Li Chen gently taught, only animals bite people, you are a human. Ah! Daodu was not convinced. Li Chen slapped Daodu away, and said, "Get out of the way, dead dog, I am educating my daughter." Daodu immediately dared not speak. Li Biwu looked at Li Chen with tears in her eyes, very scared. Li Chen's fierce look just now was really scary. But Li Chen knew better that there would be a second time for everything. If Li Biwu didn't remember it, if she didn't let her know that it was wrong to do so, she would make the same mistake again in the future. He didn't want to be fierce to this child, but if he didn't be fierce now, it might cause a disaster in the future. Whether it's my sister or the others, you can't bite them even if you're anxious. You have to tell them that you want to play and ask them to let you go. Do you understand? Li Biwu pouted her little red lips, and tears as big as beans hung on her pink face. Her dark eyes looked at Li Chen with a vague understanding, and finally nodded her little head. Answer me if you understand. Ji-dao, Li Biwu nodded with sobs. What should I do if I do something wrong? Li Chen continued to guide. Li Biwu slowly lowered her head, her little fingers tangled together, and whispered, I need to apologize. Who do you want to apologize to? To my sister. Li Chen breathed a sigh of relief. This is the best result. Some children will never compromise or admit their mistakes. But Xiao at least knows that she is wrong and knows who to apologize to. She raised her head, her pitiful look made people feel distressed. She moved in small steps to Li Zifeng and said timidly, Sister. She stretched out her chubby little hand and wanted to pull Li Zifeng's hand, but Li Zifeng dodged. I'm sorry. Li Biwu raised her head and looked at Li Zifeng with sincerity in her eyes. Li Zifeng didn't want to pay attention to Li Biwu, and tilted her head to look to the side. A row of teeth marks were clearly visible, some places were bleeding, and some places had turned purple. It can be seen that Li Biwu was very strong. Besides sorry, what else? Li Chen continued to ask. Sister, I will never dare to do it again in the future. Don't be angry, okay? Li Biwu moved small steps, walked to Li Zifeng and pulled her clothes. Li Chen looked at Li Zifeng and said, Do you want to forgive your sister? Li Zifeng pursed her lips and said nothing. Silence means anger, that is, she doesn't want to forgive. But because Li Chen is her father, she can't say it out loud. You are very angry, right? You think your sister did something wrong, and you just need to apologize. She doesn't deserve your forgiveness, right? Li Zifeng lowered her head slightly, which was considered as tacit agreement. Xiaofeng, it stands to reason that Dad should be a fair and just person, but it is too difficult to really do it. Li Chen took Li Zifeng's hand and said, Xiao Wu is the one who made the mistake in this matter, but as a sister, you are also wrong, right? Li Zifeng looked at Li Chen in confusion. As a sister, you have an advantage. Just now, when your sister wanted to play, you shouldn't have pushed her, right? But I know that your mistake is not wrong, but you and Xiao Wu are relatives, sisters. Xiao Wu is young, and this is not a reason for her to make a mistake. I also know that you asked her to apologize seriously just now. As a sister, will you ignore her for the rest of her life? Li Chen knew that what he said was actually somewhat biased. It is unfair to let the older one give way to the younger one. Xiao Wu is at fault for this matter. Considering it's her first offense, I won't punish her severely. But if it happens a second time, I will definitely punish her severely. As a victim, you also have the right not to forgive, but you are sensible now. Dad hopes that you will think carefully about every decision you make, and Dad will respect your decision, okay? The Country Life of a Rich Dad. Author, Wo Shihami Gua. Chapter 512. Li Chen was also a father for the first time, and he didn't understand many things. There is no absolute justice in this world, and the same applies to children. The older one will suffer a little loss after all, because the younger one is too young, and he won't understand even if you talk to him about the truth. You can only turn to the second best and let the older one understand and give way to the younger one. Li Chen also knows that this logic is absurd and nonsense. But when it really comes to him, he will make such a mistake. He doesn't want to be too partial to Xiao Wu, but the problem is that Xiao Wu is not yet fully mature in her thinking and has not formed a sense of right and wrong. Maybe she remembered it at the moment, but she forgot it later. The compensation he can give to Li Zifeng is to stand on her side, let Li Biwu apologize and admit her mistakes, and promise that she won't do it again in the future. If Li Zifeng doesn't forgive, it's Li Zifeng's own decision. Li Chen doesn't want to interfere. If sisters bite each other because of a fight, and never get along with each other in the future, it can only mean that there are problems with the education of him, Li Chen, and his family. Children are largely influenced by their elders. Li Chen picked up the hose and started watering the saplings. As for the two sisters, Li Zifeng and Li Biwu, he left them alone. It stands to reason that it is common for sisters and brothers to fight. Sometimes they are playing well, but they may fight in the next second when you are not paying attention. They fought fiercely at that time, but they were fine in the next second. It really caught people off guard. Li Zifeng looked at Li Chen's back, then looked at her stupid sister, and snorted. If you bite me again in the future, I will beat you to death. Li Biwu heard this and immediately threw herself into Li Zifeng's arms, picked up Li Zifeng's bitten arm, blew on it, and said, "I'm sorry, sister. Xiao will not bite people in the future." "What you say is never reliable." Li Zifeng snorted and pulled back her arm. It really hurt. But Li Zifeng was not really angry to the point of not talking to her sister. Although she was resentful, she knew that her father did not favor Xiao Wu too much because she was young, and she was very satisfied. Li Chuanlong glanced at Li Chen, who was watering the plants seriously, then picked up Li Biwu and pulled Li Zifeng into the house. She still had to deal with the bite. Although it was not a big problem, Li Chuanlong still felt sorry for his precious great-granddaughter. After Li Chen watered all the saplings with diluted vitality water, the saplings seemed to be full of vitality and vigor. A full 10,000 drops of vitality water can definitely make even the dying saplings come alive. The medicinal herbs in the village are now ripened by the diluted vitality water and will be shipped soon. Li Peng looked at the herbs in front of him, straightened up and hammered his waist, looked at Li Jianhua in the distance and said, "Huazi, how much culture medium is left?" "Not much." Li Jianhua shook his head. "Then go find Li Chen to get some more." Li Peng said, "I just received a notice that Boss Zhao will have the next batch of goods in a few days." Okay. After Li Jianhua cleaned up the things, he said to the villagers around him, "You guys go ahead, I'll be back soon." Nowadays, Ljia village is not just home to people from Ljia village. Li Chen himself contracted a large amount of land, but there is still a lot of land in the village. These people saw that Li Chen's money was so easy to make, so they naturally didn't want to let the fat water flow to outsiders. So, they came with their families to get jobs. If the people in their own family were too busy, they would call their relatives to come and help. It's always better to let your own family make money than to let other villages make money. So now in Ljia village, the working population is far greater than the permanent population. The people in Ljia village and the relatives of these people can earn more than those working outside just by taking on Li Chen's work. It can be seen how high the profit here is. When Li Peng and Li Jianhua put down their work and came to Li Chen's house, Li Chen was ready. There are many places in the village that will use Yuankai water, and Li Chen also needs to make a simple plan. "Brother Peng." Li Chen waved to the two of them. He was just about to find the two of them, but they came unexpectedly. Li Peng and Li Jianhua both took the cigarettes handed by Li Chen with a smile and sat down on the chairs beside them. "Is this batch of herbs about to be harvested?" "Yes," Li Peng said, "the effect is surprisingly good. This time everyone can make a lot of money." Boss Zhao is also a conscientious businessman. Li Chen smiled and said nothing. Zhao Hualiang made a lot of money and his quality was not bad. In addition, because of his relationship, he would naturally take care of the people in Jia village. We still need a lot of culture medium this time, Li Jianhua said. Wait until this batch matures, and then start the next batch. Okay, Li Chen said, I have prepared the things for you, but this time, after the Chinese herbal medicine is harvested, there are still things for you to do. You say. The two people's eyes lit up. They helped Li Chen do things, and Li Chen also paid them. I always felt that the tasks issued by Li Chen were too simple, and I was a little uneasy to take the money. Now there is finally a new task, so I am naturally very happy. Li Chen was not polite and said directly, wait until you have harvested the herbs, then convey my meaning to the villagers. Our village is now preparing for collective planning and unified construction of the entire village. If everyone has no objection, I will pay for most of the construction in the village. As for the houses you build, I will pay half and you will pay the other half. Li Peng and Li Jianhua stood up in shock and said, are you crazy? How much will it cost? Everyone felt embarrassed that they had taken advantage of the Li family. Now Li Chen is rushing to give money. Doesn't this make everyone feel uneasy? Li Chen's goal is to transform the entire village, which will inevitably affect the whole village. He helped to invest in the hope that the villagers can follow their own ideas. It is best not to waste time on things that can be solved with money. This is Li Chen's most intuitive idea. Otherwise, if the whole village is included in Li Chen's plan, there will definitely be people who will not be happy. Listen to me, I have a plan next, which requires the cooperation of the whole village. Of course, I will not let everyone suffer. Li Chen began to talk slowly, mainly talking about the concept of a super large park. There will not be too many facilities, and everyone will live as they should. But in the future, this place will be more suitable for living. Li Chen will also transform the living environment of the entire village to a certain extent, making it a paradise for living. Of course, the cost is naturally calculated in units of 100 billion. As long as the whole village has no objection, Li Chen thinks it is worth spending some money. It's probably like this. This requires everyone to participate, otherwise it can't be done in a short time. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Country Life of a Rich Dad. Author, Wo Shihami Gua. Chapter 513. Li Peng and Li Jianhua were stunned. After listening to Li Chen's idea, their minds were in a mess. How much would it cost if Li Chen really said it? However, if it is really built, Jia village may become a unique village in the world. Completely integrated with nature and animals, but is this possible? The two looked at each other, not knowing what to say. Li Chen, the amount involved is too large, The two were trembling. How about discussing it with the village chief? Don't worry, I will not only discuss it with the village chief, but also with the whole village. Li Chen comforted, I'm just giving you a shot in advance. Also, let's see how everyone reacts. Li Jianhua and Li Peng were at a loss for words. They could guarantee it with their own lives. As long as Li Chen really announced this result in public, I'm afraid the whole village would support it. Because apart from paying half of the cost of building their own house, they don't have to worry about the rest. And Li Chen's starting point was good. If Jia village becomes famous for this, then they can open hotels, restaurants, and farmhouses in the future. According to Li Chen's idea, the number of tourists here will be countless in the future, not to mention those who want to settle here. Okay, this matter is left to you. Li Chen smiled and patted the shoulders of the two and said, thank you for your help. Li Peng and Li Jianhua stood up with a confused look on their faces. Culture medium Li Chen pointed to the things that had been prepared and shouted. Oh oh. The two hurriedly turned around and took the things away. Looking at the backs of the two people leaving, Li Chen smiled. Just now, he added another 20,000 drops of vitality water, spending 40,000 return points. These 20,000 yuan of vitality water can just ripen all this batch of Chinese herbal medicines. After this batch is acquired by Zhao Hualiang, the next batch will still need a lot of vitality water. At that time, the medicine for removing stretch marks should also be on the market. Li Chen dare not say that this medicine will definitely be a hit, but at least it can perfectly help people who have given birth to solve this problem. The next day, it was slightly light. When Li Chen and his grandfather Li Chuanlong got up, there was already a long line at the door of their house. Is this the whole village plus their relatives here? Li Chen rubbed his eyes and greeted everyone. You are really early. A group of people smiled and greeted Li Chen and Li Chuanlong. Li Chuanlong is an old man after all, and he can chat with everyone. It was still a little cold in the morning, but once the sun came out, the temperature was not something that ordinary people could bear. Everyone came early, so naturally they all wanted to finish planting trees early and then go back to do something else. When Li Zixin and Zhang Fan arrived, they were also shocked. After hearing what Li Chen said, they were also at a loss whether to laugh or cry. Next, they had to give instructions and start planting from the outermost main road of the village. Come on, some people come to help me first, we can still make money without planting trees. Li Zixin took over the scene quickly. There are too many saplings here. Fortunately, they are stacked according to species. At the entrance of the village and even at the outermost edge, there are trees with particularly eye-catching colors. Such as cherry trees, all kinds of beautiful and good-looking ones are planted first at the outermost edge. Daddy. Li Chen did not intend to interfere in this matter. Since it has been handed over to the third sister and the third brother-in-law, he believes that they can do it well. I'm coming. Li Biwu stood by the bed and stretched out her hand to Li Chen for a hug. The little girl had a chicken coop on her head and was unwilling to keep her hair short. As a result, her hairstyle every day was particularly shocking. Li Zifeng, who was standing next to her, had already gotten up and pointed to where Li Biwu was sleeping and said, Xiao wet the bed. Li Chen turned his head to look at the little girl, who immediately covered her face and lay on Li Chen's shoulder without saying a word. Why did you wet the bed again? Li Chen laughed. It's my sister, Li Biwu threw the pot to Li Zifeng without hesitation. Li Zifeng rolled her eyes, pointed at Li Biwu's wet butt, and snorted. Daddy, it's my sister. Li Biwu held Li Chen's cheek and warned him seriously. Ha ha ha, okay, it's my sister. Li Chen couldn't help laughing. This little girl's IQ was really worrying. He put Li Biwu on the bed, found new pants, and said, quick, let's change pants first. Ah. Xiao Wu covered her eyes and stomped her feet shyly. After Li Chen helped her put on the new pants, Xiao Wu's face was still red. She probably didn't expect that she would be exposed just after she lied. Li Zifeng had brushed her teeth, washed her face carefully, and combed her hair. Great-grandfather was still entertaining people, so she couldn't call him great-grandfather, so she had to tie it up as decently as possible. Although the ponytail was still crooked, it was much better than not tying it up at all. Li Chen also knew that Xiao Wu disliked his poor hair combing skills, so he simply threw it to Li Zifeng. With the concerted efforts of the two sisters, they finally managed to finish it. Dad, the phone. Li Zifeng stretched out her slender little hand to Li Chen. Li Chen took out his phone and handed it to Li Zifeng. Today, the whole village has to work, which is a good opportunity to pass on good positive energy to the netizens. Although Li Zifeng is small, she is still very good at tinkering with these things. Moreover, she promised her elder brother and younger brother that she must let them see the changes in the village today. Beijing, Murong family. Li Donglong got up very early. He has always been a mature child. When others are still relying on their elders, he has been independent. Master. Yeah, Li Donglong nodded friendly, took his mobile phone to his room, and clicked on his father Li Chen's Douyin account. He would click on the video to watch it every time, and he would smile for a long time when he saw Xiao Wu taking a video with her father for the first time. He has watched every video on Li Chen's account many times. Unfortunately, his father didn't take many videos. On the contrary, Xiaofeng uploaded several videos after he got it. When he clicked it, he opened the live broadcast. The picture popped up, which was the picture of Li Zifeng with a crooked ponytail. Hi, everyone, I'm Li Zifeng. As Li Zifeng's face was printed on the screen, countless gifts began to appear. Some people kept double-clicking the little red star. Li Donglong looked at the little sister in the screen, and a smile unconsciously appeared on the corner of his mouth. Li Zifeng in the screen was still a little shy, after all, she was facing the fans of their family. Wow, little fairy. As expected of Xiao Wu's sister, she is so beautiful. Bah, are you trying to trick me into giving birth to a daughter again? Hateful, I also want to have two good babies like this. The Country Life of a Rich Dad. Author, Wo Shihami Gua. Chapter 514. As Li Zifeng turned on the live broadcast, countless fans received the notification at the first time. On Douyin, it is rare to see a family like Li Chen who has attracted fans. Whether it is the queen of the movie Murong Shui, the actor Li Nanfei, or the full-time dad Li Chen, they are all very popular. Not to mention Xiao Wu, who already had fans. Now under the shooting of her sister Li Zifeng, the popularity of the two sisters has come from behind. Only Li Donglong has not returned yet, otherwise, based on the appearance of their family, they are definitely an all-star family. Li Zifeng looked at the dense comments flashing by, and couldn't see clearly at all. This was also her first live broadcast, so she was a little nervous and shy. Thank you everyone. Li Zifeng was very polite. Although she was missing her front teeth, her smile was still very sweet. Wow, our Xiaofeng is going to change her teeth. I'm really jealous. The genes of this family are simply amazing. Xiaofeng looks so good even if she is missing her front teeth. If my daughter is like this, she will look good too. The person upstairs, aren't you afraid that your sweet little cotton padded jacket will become a leaky little cotton padded jacket? Ha ha ha. The truth is out. In a short period of time, Li Chen's Douyin live broadcast room has attracted more than 50,000 online viewers. It's morning, and many people are still asleep and dreaming. To have so many people enter at the first time is definitely a super high popularity. Xiaofeng, what are you broadcasting today? Many viewers are asking, and they feel that it has been a long time since the last live broadcast. Li Zifeng saw that many people were asking, so she said, today, I will mainly broadcast my life in the village with my sister, and show you my village. That's fine. The countryside, I like that. Since I became a migrant worker, I can only go home once or twice a year. Sometimes I have no choice but to go home for the new year. It's still comfortable in the countryside. It's comfortable, but there's no money. Now I can't make much money even if I work hard in the fields. What else can I do if I don't go to work? In the live broadcast room, most people are migrant workers. If the hometown is prosperous enough and good enough, who would be willing to go out to work? It's actually pretty good to work from sunrise to sunset and rest from sunset to sunrise. But beautiful wishes and fantasies will eventually bow to reality. Countless people are sighing. After all, this is a topic that can resonate with everyone. Li Zifeng stared at the subtitles in the live broadcast room, and realized that everyone was a little emo, so she quickly switched the camera. Xiao Wu. Ang. Li Biwu, who had the same crooked braid hairstyle as her sister Li Zifeng, turned her head and looked over immediately after hearing her sister's call. Her dark and bright eyes seemed to be wearing beauty contact lenses. With a sense of confusion, Li Biwu's collagen-filled face looked energetic and vibrant. Wow, I admit that I am jealous. Daddy Li, let's fight. Damn, I don't plan to get married, but seeing such a cute girl, I really feel love in my heart. Xiao Wu is so cute, who tied this crooked hair? Could it be Daddy Li? It is said that Daddy Li can't comb his hair. Li Zifeng complained about it last time. Ha ha ha, how many men can comb their hair? As Li Biwu entered the camera, the live broadcast room, which was originally a little depressed, instantly became cheerful. Li Biwu stood aside with her butt sticking out, her hands on her knees, imitating the adults, watching people move trees. Daodu sat next to Li Biwu and accompanied her. Thank you for the 99 lollipops sent by Only Love Xiao. Thank you for the 36 love paper cranes sent by All the Way Feng. Thank you. In the live broadcast room, these fans who have been with the father and daughter of the Li family since the beginning immediately gave gifts. 1 lollipop is 9 Douyin coins, and $1 is equal to 10 Douyin coins. 1 love paper crane is 99 Douyin coins. Because they are all ordinary people, even if they give gifts, they are within their means. Spend a little money to cheer for the people you like. The whole live broadcast room was flooded with messages. Li Zifeng hurriedly said, "Thank you for the gifts, everyone, please don't give them." Although Li Zifeng is young, she is very sensible. Because she knows that giving her even the smallest gifts will cost money. The live broadcast this time was mainly to satisfy the fans' wishes, and by the way, it was also for the big brother and the younger brother who were far away to see it. Brother Long sent 100 hearts. This Brother Long is very powerful. Just when everyone thought that there would be no gifts, a series of hearts appeared. Li Zifeng was dumbfounded, but this ID felt familiar for some reason. Is this a little rich man? 1 heart is 199 Douyin coins. It will rush to the top of the list in an instant. Many people were joking and guessing that this Brother Long was going to compete for the first place. 100 hearts is 19,900 Douyin coins, which is 1990 in cash. It is definitely not a small amount. Brother Fei sent 100 hearts bunny. Why is there another Brother Fei? Why do I feel that these ads are inexplicably a bit like elementary school students? Ha ha ha, they are all low-key rich people. The heart-shaped bunny is worth 299 Douyin coins. Many people can see that Brother Long and Brother Fei are deliberately competing for the top spot. Li Zifeng saw these two ads and her mouth twitched slightly. Although she didn't click in to see the homepage, her intuition told her that these two guys are definitely the big brother and the little brother. Beijing. Li Donglong narrowed his eyes, sat up a little straighter on the recliner, and sneered as he watched Brother Fei easily surpass him. Brother Long sent 100 hot air balloons. Oh wow! You can feel it? These two really want to compete for the top spot. 1 hot air balloon is 520 Douyin coins, and 100 is 5,200 yuan, which is really a lot. As Brother Long and Brother Fei began to show signs of competing for the top spot, the live broadcast room attracted more and more viewers. Brother Fei sent 100 romantic fireworks. Awesome, Brother Fei has surpassed Brother Long again. Tisk tisk, Brother Fei always has more than Brother Long. Haha, Brother Long, you are suppressed again. In the live broadcast room, no one dared to give small gifts, mainly because the money given by these two big guys was a bit scary. Li Donglong looked at this inexplicable ID and was a little angry. I don't believe you have more money than me. Brother Long gave 100 really love you. Brother Long gave 100 romantic fireworks. Brother Long gave 100 pearl in the palm. The entire live broadcast room was filled with Li Donglong's screen. Really love you is worth 520 Duyan coins, romantic fireworks is worth 599 Duyan coins, and pearl in the palm is worth 888 Duyan coins. 300 gifts in a row caused Li Donglong to instantly leave brother Fei far behind. The audience in the live broadcast room was excited and a little confused. It's only been a few minutes since the live broadcast started. Why is the battle so fierce? Isn't it unreasonable for these two people to be jealous of each other over the gifts given to two little girls? The Country Life of a Rich Dad. Author, Wo Shihami Gua. Chapter 515. Everyone likes cute babies, so they like the cute babies of the Li family especially. Now that the two big guys are competing for the ranking, the live broadcast room, which was originally only of medium popularity, has quickly risen. In the blink of an eye, tens of thousands of gifts have been swiped in the live broadcast room. This is still early in the morning, and the data is already amazing and terrifying. Li Zifeng looked helpless and walked to Xiao Wu's side with her mobile phone. Xiao Wu tilted her head and looked at her sister with curiosity. When she saw herself appear on the screen, her originally tense little face immediately showed a sweet smile. "Sister, what are you doing?" Xiao Wu asked in a baby voice. Li Zifeng held the mobile phone and said, "I'm broadcasting live." "Self-broadcasting?" "It's live broadcasting." "It's self-broadcasting," Li Biwu pouted, with a face full of confidence. "Ha ha ha ha, it's still Xiao Wu. Oh, so cute, I want to pinch her cheeks." "Xiao Feng, I'm so tired, my sister has an accent." In the live broadcast room, there was inexplicable joy. Long Ji and Fei Ji, who were still competing for the ranking in the live broadcast room, were directly ignored by Li Zifeng. Li Biwu was obviously also very interested in live broadcasting, but because his hands were not big enough, it was difficult to hold the phone. "You take it first." Li Zifeng handed the phone to Li Biwu. Li Biwu held the phone with both hands and pointed his nose at the live broadcast room. "I'll get the selfie stick," Li Zifeng warned, "don't mess around." "Okay." Li Biwu raised his little head and faced his fleshy chin with the live broadcast camera. Shocked, a certain anchor uses his chin to broadcast live, earning millions a month. "Xiao Wu, how many delicious foods did your father give you to eat? You were not so fat before." "Xiao Wu, what's wrong with me being fat? Did I eat your rice?" Looking at her sister rushing into the house, Li Biwu held her mobile phone in both hands, staring at the gifts in the live broadcast room with her big round eyes. Li Biwu couldn't speak, mainly because she didn't know what she was doing. She made a face for a while, and grinned for a while, making some of the audience who were watching the fun laugh. The result is that originally there were only 2 people competing for the list, but now there are hidden local tyrants who start to give gifts. "Send 100 pandas all the way." As this unknown passerby fan gave gifts, many people couldn't sit still. 100 pandas would be 16,880 yuan. An absolutely super gift. Only love Xiao Wu and send 100 Porsches. Cherish Xiao Wu and send 100 pearls in the palm. Xiao Feng is the most beautiful and will give you 100 to marry you home. Beijing. Li Donglong stood up all of a sudden. Originally, only his younger brother was competing with him, but now these audiences are also competing with him for the top spot. Is this looking down on him, Li Donglong? Brother Long gave away 100 private jets. Brother Long is awesome. 100 private jets, that's 30,000 yuan. Brother Long is already at the top of the list. That's hard to say, Brother Fei hasn't made a move yet. Li Biwu looked at the gifts that kept rising, squatted down and said, "Thank you, Longguo's gift." "Wow, Xiao Wu's baby voice is so cute." "Xiao Wu actually thanked me." "So cute." Countless people exploded instantly. Li Biwu and Dodo looked at each other, and Dodo understood. "Woof woof. What's wrong with this dog? Why do I feel like this dog is thanking me for the gift I gave? You can pull it? The audience found fun. I can't afford a big gift, but a small one is not a problem. The key is that there is a cute voice broadcast from Xiao Wu, who is everyone's favorite. Supervisor, supervisor, something's going on. Xiao Yao rubbed her sleepy eyes and said, what's going on? The daddy under you is live streaming today. Xiao Yao woke up instantly, got up immediately, and turned on her phone. When she clicked on Li Chen's live broadcast room, she was dumbfounded. The data that this daddy released at the beginning was very popular. In her opinion, this is the reserve of the top popular anchor. Unfortunately, although this daddy is very popular and handsome, he is lazy. Every time he posts a video, his fans wait until the flowers are cold. That is, the videos he posted recently have increased a little bit, and he has been a little bit more diligent. She had hoped that this daddy would do a few live broadcasts, but he only did it once or twice, and then there was no news. Therefore, she gradually gave up. Until now. Watching a baby and a dog thanking fans in the live broadcast room, Xiao Yao felt that her 3 views were all shaken. She knew Xiao Wu, of course. This cute baby was only 4 years old. She was the most popular person at the beginning. But now even a local dog has fans, which makes her a little bit unbearable. Clicking on the live broadcast room, the gift list is simply a battlefield of the 3 kingdoms, and it is a mess. Xiao Yao glanced at the data, and the number of online people has exceeded 150,000. This is definitely a super peak in the morning. Xiao Yao sighed, and she didn't know where the dad had gone, so she could only start to operate. First, change the title of this live broadcast room. In fact, when Xiao Yao was thinking about it, the rest of the audience had already thought about it. The shocked party had already thought of a strange title and shared the live broadcast room. Otherwise, the number of fans watching online would not have increased so quickly. Xiao Wu. Yeah, Li Biwu looked up and waved to Li Chen in the distance. Come on. Okay, Li Biwu looked at Yan Baba, then looked at Li Zifeng who had just come out with a selfie stick, and finally spread her short legs and rushed towards her sister. The camera shook for a while, and the audience didn't know what was going on. When the camera stabilized again, Li Zifeng appeared in the video. Where is Xiao Wu? Where is Xiao Wu? Didn't she read the gift I gave her? Li Zifeng looked at the rapidly scrolling subtitles and then turned the screen. The camera immediately aimed at Li Biwu. Li Biwu stepped on his short legs, as if he was drunk, and rushed towards the handsome figure in the distance. Behind her, there was a dog following. Damn, Xiao Wu is not broadcasting anymore. After hearing the call from her daddy, Xiao Wu ruthlessly abandoned her sister. Xiao Wu is yours, Xiao Feng is mine. Get lost, shameless, how can Xiao Feng be yours? Li Zifeng looked at the cheerful atmosphere in the live broadcast room, couldn't help but smile, and walked towards the stupid sister who was asking for a hug with the camera. Daodu was circling around Li Chen's legs, and Li Biwu stood there stomping her feet and stretching out her hands. Li Chen had no choice but to pick up Li Biwu with one hand, and the little girl turned from impatience to smile. The audience finally saw this daddy. This guy is so handsome that he doesn't look like an ordinary person in the world, and he is only a little worse than me. Get lost, you upstairs are really shameless, it's obvious that the daddy is a little worse than me, you are far worse than me. Let me say something fair, the daddy and I are the only 2 most handsome in the world, you are all little losers. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Country Life of a Rich Dad. Author, Wo Shihami Gua. Chapter 516. Li Zifeng couldn't help but be amazed when she saw the comments in the camera. Netizens nowadays are just so silly. Li Chen was holding Xiao Wu and saw Li Zifeng pointing the camera at him, knowing that this was already live. Hello everyone. Damn, this handsome smile blinded my titanium alloy eyes. Oh my god, Li Chen is so handsome. I want a husband like this too. Don't even think about it, this is our Schwers. As Li Chen greeted, a group of female fans exploded instantly. Some even said in public that they didn't want a name, just a kiss would be enough. The whole live broadcast room was in chaos. Li Chen didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Although he knew that 9 out of 10 netizens were silly players, he was still a little embarrassed. Long time no see. Li Chen hugged Xiao Wu and said, I'm busy today, so I let my eldest daughter Xiao Feng take charge of the live broadcast, thank you. Wow, I hope my husband will be as gentle as this in the future. I'm jealous. I want a daughter like this, too. Many people were sighing and vomiting jealousy. Li Zifeng turned the camera again, and the entire scene near Li Chen's house was presented. Hey, why are there so many people? Is the house of Li's father newly built? It's so beautiful. Wow, this kind of house that combines classical and modern techniques is really beautiful. Am I the only one who is curious about why there are so many people at the door of the father? Same question. Is that a sapling? It doesn't seem to be our birthday now. Outside the video, Li Donglong stared at the scene in the camera without blinking. To be honest, this is not the first time he has seen it. He has also seen these places in Xiao Feng's previous videos. It's just not as clear as today, and it's not a live broadcast. Li Donglong looked very carefully, and as his sister Li Zifeng's camera moved, he saw this home more clearly. A beautiful big house, a wide and flat dojo, and the saplings piled in the field. According to his sister, these were bought at a high price. They are to be planted on every avenue in the village. As many viewers asked questions, Li Zifeng slowly zoomed in. The people in the live broadcast room could clearly see that there were countless saplings near Li Chen's home. At various locations in the field, there were also people dispatching and directing in the play. Li Zixin and Zhang Fan were in control of the whole scene, while the others were holding bamboo poles and waiting quietly on the side. Others were pushing a wheelbarrow and carrying saplings. Because the number was large, tools were still needed when carrying them, otherwise it would be very troublesome. In addition to Li Zixin, Li Chengwang and Li Feichen, 2 couples, also assisted from the side, responsible for recording and distribution. Although the whole scene looked a bit chaotic, it was also orderly. Everyone, be careful, don't break it or damage it. Quick, quick, the people behind you make way for the tree carriers. That guy, Uncle Huang, your hook is hanging on his car. Today's tree planting is a huge project. There are more than 300 people who come to request tree planting. It looks like a crowd of people. The main reason is that the price given by Li Chen is too tempting. Planting a tree is 10 yuan. Isn't this picking up money? Li Zifeng said, what you see now are the saplings my father bought. Because there are too many, I asked the villagers to come and help plant them together. These saplings are mainly planted on both sides of the roads in our village, so there will be a lot of people today. When Li Zifeng explained this, everyone understood. Li Chen, Li Biwu, and Dao Du also joined the army of moving trees. Li Chen held Xiao in one hand and carried a bundle of saplings and a hoe in the other hand, and went to the planting place. You can see that there are huge crowds and teams on the road. Everyone was assigned to different sections of the road and different areas, so it was easy to distinguish them. At the entrance of the village, these places must be planted with the most ornamental trees. When outsiders see the scenery here in the future, they will find that they are firmly attracted. Li Zifeng held a selfie stick and held the mobile phone camera very steadily. It was not long since the road was built, so the soil on both sides of the road was still soft. Some people were digging holes, some were carrying water, and some were planting trees. Some people dug holes, planted trees, and carried water together because they could get more. For those who chose to divide the work and cooperate, everyone was responsible for a task, and the money would be shared when the time came. After Li Chen put Xiao Wu down, he also started to dig holes with a hoe. Li Bu was squatted aside and clumsily untied the straw rope that tied the saplings. "Daodu, go and bring a bucket of water," Li Chen ordered. "Woof woof," Daodu barked twice, holding the bucket in his mouth and stepping on the small skateboard. "Damn it! Oh my god. Are you serious? No way. Or am I dazzled? A dog can actually use tools to hold water. Am I worse than a dog?" The audience in the live broadcast room felt a little unbalanced in an instant. Li Zifeng turned to Xiao Wu, who was squatting on the ground. Her chubby little hands took out a sapling and handed it to Li Chen. Li Chen took it with a smile and said, "Are you tired?" "Not tired," Li Bu immediately shook his little head and smiled. "Come, help Dad hold the tree." "Okay." Li Bu clapped his little hands in a decent manner, and then ran to the hole dug by Li Chen. Although people are not as tall as trees, they are extremely serious and cute. "Hold it tight." "Yeah," Li Bu nodded like a chicken pecking at rice. Li Chen used a hoe to fill back the soil around the pit. He didn't step on it very firmly, but he still made a circle of soil around the outside. "Has it been planted yet?" "Yeah." "Okay." Li Bu gently and slowly let go of the sapling, and said happily to Li Chen, "Daodu." Woof woof. The camera turns. I saw Daodu put a bucket of water on the skateboard, and after a few gentle pushes, the dog came over on the skateboard. It's true that people are not as good as dogs. When I skateboarded, no dog was as smooth as me. No, I'm just curious about how high this dog's IQ is. I'm afraid those people upstairs haven't seen Daodu's videos, right? This bitch is so smart that he even tricked my dad. I can actually think of using a skateboard to transport water. I seriously doubt that my IQ is as good as a dog. No, you don't have to doubt it, you are just not as good as a dog. What the hell, why are you talking? Daodu came over on his skateboard, and Li Bu immediately rushed to it. The bucket was not big, so Li Bu looked at Li Chen and said, "Papa, can I carry it?" Li Chen looked at Xiao Wu with a strange look on his face and said, "Are you sure?" The Country Life of a Rich Dad. Author, Wo Shihami Gua. Chapter 517. Daodu looked at Xiao with a strange look, and his two paws stepped on the skateboard. Why do I feel that this dog's eyes are malicious? I feel that too. No, I feel that this dog, like the nanny, doesn't believe that Xiao can lift the bucket of water, so he uses his paws to hold down the skateboard. Don't interpret it, okay? If I do, I will really feel that I am not as good as a dog. Under the camera, Xiao held both sides of the bucket with both hands. Mainly because she is not tall, standing next to the bucket on the skateboard, it is almost as tall as her. Ah! Li Bu used all her strength, and her little face turned red. The skateboard moved several times, but if it weren't for Daodu, it would probably have flipped over. Li Zifeng was also at a loss whether to laugh or cry. Her stupid sister always liked to overestimate her own abilities. Obviously, the bucket of water was not light, but she had to try it. After trying several times in a row, Daodu called a few times, and Li Bu gave up. Her breathing was a little uneven, and she clapped her hands and said, "Dad, I can't move it." "Didn't you say you could do it?" Li Chen snickered. I didn't have a meal." Li Bu choked and quickly found an excuse for herself. Li Chen picked up the bucket, poured a bucket of water on the outermost circle, and then continued to plant in the village. "Ha ha ha," I laughed to death. Xiao Wu's expression just now can be made into an emoticon package. The excuses that the little foodie found were all that they were not full. If my child was so cute, I wouldn't have been so angry that I wanted to have another one last night. The person upstairs, give up. 1 almost pissed you off, and 2 will definitely make you die young. Are you polite? The popularity of the live broadcast room is getting higher and higher. Li Zifeng took the camera, mainly giving it to her father and Xiao Wu. Of course, she would also give the rest of the village the camera. The speed of these people's work is still not comparable to Li Chen's. After Li Chen finished planting the saplings in his hand, the rest of the people had not even planted 10. After washing his hands, Li Chen took Xiao Wu and Xiao Feng to check the roads in the village. When he met an acquaintance, he would greet him cordially. Today's Ljia village is no longer what it used to be. Hey, Zhou, are you short of money too? Li Chen took Xiao Wu and teased Zhou, the village bully who was waving a hoe. The relationship between the two people has changed from the initial hostility to the gradual peace now, which is also a topic of conversation for many people. Brother Chen Zhou immediately clapped his hands and took out a cigarette. Li Chen smiled and shook his head and said, I won't smoke while the child is here. Zhou glanced at Li Biwu and Li Zifeng, especially when he saw Li Zifeng still holding a mobile phone. He immediately washed his hands and used water to tidy up his hair. Ahem, Zhou coughed, stood up and said, is this a live broadcast? Ah, yes. Li Chen was a little unresponsive. Zhou immediately said, then I was seen by many people. Yes. Li Chen looked at Zhou with suspicion. Zhou smiled embarrassedly and said, Brother Chen, can I say a few words? Li Chen was speechless, but still gave up his position and said, whatever you want. Li Zifeng didn't know what this uncle was going to do. Anyway, it was a live broadcast, so it didn't matter who he saw. Damn, who is this? Damn, I want to see Xiao Wu and Daddy. Why is this guy here? I always feel that this guy is going to cause trouble. Zhou coughed, adjusted his facial expression, and said to the camera, hello everyone, I am a member of Ljia village, my name is Zhou, young, handsome and rich. Of course, I can't compare with Brother Chen. I am not young anymore, my family has some assets, and I am a considerate person. If there is any girl who is willing to spend the rest of her life with me, please call my number is Li Chen. Li Zifeng. No one expected that Zhou would actually give himself a GG during the live broadcast. And it was a marriage proposal. This made Li Zifeng confused. The audience in the live broadcast room was also stunned for a long time. I've never seen such a shameless person. Who gave you the confidence to think you are handsome and rich? Oh my God, this man is so ordinary but so confident. The audience in the live broadcast room jumped up and down. Li Zifeng also quickly moved the camera away. If Uncle Joe continued to mess with him, the audience might find a piece of tofu to kill themselves. Li Chen quickly fled the scene with the 2 children and went to live broadcast somewhere else. The purpose of doing this is to let others know more about Ljia village. It is also to let people outside the camera see the situation in the village seriously. To be honest, I like this kind of village very much. The people are simple and honest. I can say that this journey just now has opened my eyes. Yes, living in a big city is of course good, but now I don't know the correct growth time of crops. For basic food crops, I only know to eat them, not how they come from. Yes, they all go to work as workers. If all of them are like this in the future, is it really good? Planting trees is great. Now the world is advocating green environmental protection. This village is truly putting it into practice, not just talking big. You guys really only see things superficially. Don't you know that there is such a thing as showmanship in this world? That's right. I really don't see that the people are simple and honest. Planting a few trees means the people are simple and honest? Funny, isn't it? Others are anchors. What do anchors do? Use live broadcasts to make money. Use your rusty brains and look at this gift list before you speak. They are really being sold and still helping to count money. I don't know when this kind of rhythmic remarks became more and more. The originally harmonious situation was also broken. Not one or two, but many. Fans naturally took the initiative to defend Li Chen's family, but now there are also many people attacking. Don't think so darkly about everything, okay? You don't want to spend money, and we didn't say anything to you, so what? I used my own money to reward the anchor, and it became a reason for you to criticize me from a moral high ground. I like this family, so I am happy to give gifts, so what? Ha ha ha, there are really such brainless fans. What's the benefit of liking them and giving them gifts? You are still a social animal worker, and you use a little hard-earned money to reward others. You live a glorious life. Hee hee, I am also convinced by people like you. I use my own money, I didn't steal or rob, but it's wrong for you. If you don't reward, no one will say anything to you, but you jump out here to criticize me. Don't you also want to be famous? Oh, it's a pity, you have no talent, no ability, and no appearance, and you use such words to criticize others. You are really a giant on the internet. The Country Life of a Rich Dad. Author, Wo Shihami Gua. Chapter 518. A silent war of words began. People who are famous are prone to gossip, this is a rule that has long been summarized. Li Chen and Li Biwu did not know everything that happened in the live broadcast room, but Li Zifeng saw it all. More and more comments were scolding her, her father and her sister. There really are such dogs that are protected. It's so funny. What did the Li family give you? Why do you even want to defend them without even caring about your face? It's really pitiful. Other anchors are just putting on a show, but you take it seriously. It's sad. This family has never been a good family. Wake up, you idiots. What do you mean by the whole village's labor is glorious? If it is really glorious, why doesn't this anchor go to plant trees? The villagers have been busy until now, and this is the real glory of labor. What did this dad do? Wandering around with 2 children, tell me this is also called glorious labor? Are you blind? I really admire you guys who are leading the rhythm. Why didn't you say that the dad planted more than 30 trees by himself before? You choose to be blind in order to lead the rhythm. I also admire you black fans. The 2 camps started fighting. One neutral party felt that both sides made sense and didn't know who to support. Fortunately, this has a recording function. I suggest you, the haters, wait and watch it, okay? Why didn't you say anything when the dad took his child to plant trees? Now the dad is taking his child to visit the village, and you start to complain. People like you are always finding faults. Everyone can see clearly that you are definitely jealous, haters. More and more viewers are throwing out evidence. Everyone else is planting trees, but their family is not. Do you dare to say this is not a show? Is labor glorious? The whole village is working hard, but his family is being treated specially. Suck UPS, wake up. Li Zifeng watched more and more people join the debate and verbal battle, and could only say, everyone stop arguing. This tree belongs to our family. We have discussed with the villagers before promoting it to the whole village. As for planting trees, they are all paid. You have learned to lie at such a young age. You are really your father's good daughter. When I saw this little girl before, I thought she was cunning. What kind of family educates what kind of children? I bet that this girl will definitely be a disaster in the future. I say, people like you who are full of shit, do you really have no conscience at all? What did other children provoke you? I am really disgusted. Why are there still people with such bad mouths? Now they don't even let children go. Other people's family education is better than yours. Nowadays, Online trolls really have zero cost for online exposure. Countless abuses followed. Even though Li Zifeng was strong in her heart, she was just a child after all. Seeing more and more haters leading the trend, her eyes turned red with anger. Xiaofeng, what's wrong? Li Chen took Xiao to play, and found that Xiaofeng didn't keep up, and realized that something was wrong. Before, someone specifically blackened their family and criticized their family. Li Zifeng was so angry that she couldn't speak clearly, and her eyes turned red with anxiety. You still pretend to cry, it's really good acting, your family is all drama queens. Just like your drama queen mother, people in their 40s still come out to pretend to be pure, disgusting. Yo, you want to find your dad to act like a spoiled child at this time, and win sympathy? It's a pity that your licking dogs are not talking now. Li Chen looked at the countless insults on the internet, which even rose to the level of personal attacks, and his face was a little ugly. Even the most perfect person will have people who don't like him, and there will be people who will be blackened. Li Chen knew that someone blackened his family, but he didn't take it to heart. But he really didn't expect that just a single live broadcast would rise to this level. Li Chen took the selfie stick and looked at the countless comments. He said, "Everyone, it's just a live broadcast. If you don't like it, you can leave. There's no need to be so aggressive, right? I have never supported the gift-giving thing. My Li family doesn't need to rely on this to make a living. It's okay to attack me, but attacking a few children, won't your conscience hurt?" Li Chen's words not only did not cause these people to feel ashamed and shut up, but became more and more aggravated. It's really funny. This man said that his family is not short of money. If they are not short of money, why do you live broadcast? Why do you accept gifts? You really want to be a bitch and want to be a saint. What a loving father's personality. We can see clearly what kind of morals your family is. Our family is not like that, Li Zifeng roared angrily. This group of people is too much. Li Chen shook his head at the countless accounts in the live broadcast room. Turn off the gift function, Li Chen said, handing the selfie stick to Li Zifeng, saying, "You don't have to care about what some people say. But the innocent are innocent, our family doesn't rely on these things." Li Chen smiled, hugged Li Biwu, and took Li Zifeng's hand and said, "Let's go home." Ha ha ha, do you think your family is worthy of the saying that the innocent are innocent and the turbid are turbid? This person is only turning off the gift function now, he is guilty. You are not short of money, you should show off if you are not short of money. Countless black fans seem to have seen the dawn of victory in this battle. Beijing. Li Donglong looked at the barrage with a gloomy face, and when the gift channel was about to close, he began to give gifts furiously. Brother Long gave 100 private jet. Brother Long gave 100 heart with cute tiger. Brother Long gave 100 romantic train. Brother Long gave 100 autumn guardian. One after another, heavy gifts came one after another. As a result, the entire viewing screen was full of gifts. None of these were cheap. While Li Donglong was giving gifts furiously, in a certain crew, Li Nanfei was so angry that he almost smashed his phone. Are these people trying to make trouble? Li Nanfei quickly recharged and took out his phone and said, "Register accounts for me, and use my name, Li Nanfei, number 2, number 3, and give me some." They actually dared to say that their Li family made money by giving gifts from fans. Li Nanfei really couldn't swallow this breath. Li Nanfei himself gave 100 Lucky Tiger presents auspiciousness. Li Nanfei number 2 sends out a rocket to TikTok no one. Li Nanfei number 3 sends out 100 ice and snow throne. Brother Long himself sends out 100 Lucky Tiger. Brother Long number 2 sends out a rocket to TikTok no one. Brother Long number 3 sends out 100 ice and snow throne. In just this short moment, hundreds of thousands of people have been swiped. The popularity of the other anchors is slipping away at a speed visible to the naked eye. There is no way, this gift is too bombarding. Haters, come out and continue to argue, look at who is sending the gift, it is the brother of the two cute anchors, the brother, understand. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Country Life of a Rich Dad. Author, Wo Shihami Gua. Chapter 519. These die-hard fans who were originally speechless are now finally relieved. Any gift is extremely expensive. Take the Douyin number 1 rocket for example, it is worth 10,001 Douyin coins, which is 1,000.1 yuan in money. 100 is 100,000. Li Nanfei's counterattack undoubtedly made everyone feel relieved. I am Xiao and Xiao Feng's biological brother. My name is Li Donglong. I have also appeared before. As for the haters who say that our family relies on fans' money to make a living, I just want to say, you guys go to bed. As Li Donglong's account brother Long spoke, the following exploded. Haters, come and continue to spray, I remember there was a female anchor just now. How jealous are you to be so jealous of a child? Other brothers give gifts to their sisters to support the scene, is it enough? Li Nanfei himself gave 100 dream castles. Li Nanfei number 2 gave 100 romantic carriages. Li Nanfei number 3 gives away 100 annual carnival. Countless fans burst with excitement instantly. The dream castle and the romantic carriage are both worth 28,888 Douyin coins, and 100 of them are 288,880 yuan. Not to mention the carnival, which is 30,000 Douyin coins each, and 100 of them are 300,000. What is this? No shortage of money. Li Zioqi gives away 100 annual carnival. Li Zioqi is here too. It's the dream linkage back then. My god, he's a king bomb at the first try. Xiao Wu's uncle Ye Yonggan gives away 100 annual carnival. Uncle Xiao, come on, I just want to know who is talking about my little niece, stand up and see if I, Ye Yonggan, will beat you to death. What the hell, my niece still needs to rely on live streaming to make a living, who the hell are you looking down on? Uncle Xiao, Ye Yonggan, gave away 100 annual carnival. Uncle Xiao, Ye Yonggan, gave away 100 annual carnival. The anchors of the entire Douyin live streaming platform went crazy. This was a scene that no one had ever encountered or expected. A large number of fans rushed into the live streaming room crazily. Many people who ate melons online ate melons, and some people directly moved melons online to Moments, Weibo, forums, Taiba and other places. The result was that more and more people were paying attention. And those who came to join in the fun watched the gifts in the live streaming room take off with jealous eyes. Li Chen originally planned to close it, but when he saw that these people sent messages one after another, he didn't close it again. Xiaofeng's uncle Yuanchen Jiayun sent out 100 annual carnival. Xiaofeng's uncle Yuanchen Jiayun sent out 100 annual carnival. Are these all local tycoons? In the blink of an eye, 1,000 annual carnivals were sent out. This is 3 million real money. Damn, who dares to say that the Anchor family is making money from fans? These two uncles are too domineering, right? Sister Xiao Wu Yingzi sent out 100 annual carnival. Pei Jiangnan of the Pei family sent out 100 annual carnival. Pei Zhongyuan of the Pei family sent out 100 annual carnival. Pei Jianghe of the Pei family sent out 100 annual carnival. Haowen KTV sent out 100 annual carnival. Yan Liangjun sent out 100 annual carnival. Pan Sichen sent out 100 annual carnival. It exploded. This time, not only Li Chen's live broadcast room exploded, but also the entire platform exploded. When Li Donglong and Li Nanfei took the lead in giving the highest gift carnival, the popularity of the entire live broadcast room could not be stopped. 150,000, 200,000, 250,000, 300,000. The number of online live broadcasts broke through 1 million. This data is still increasing. There are haters, of course, and there are quite a few. It is really the first time in history that the scrolling screen explodes and never stops sending gifts. No one can calculate how many tens of millions of gifts were given this time. Perhaps, more. You know, the current top of the list is rotating crazily, and the top 100 fans on the fan list actually gave at least hundreds of thousands of rewards. Xiao Yao was stunned, and she was called over to ask what was going on. For a while, it caused a super earthquake. The haters were completely silent. It's not that they don't want to speak, but they don't know how to speak. These gifts that never stop are the best counterattack. Didn't you say that the Li family makes money by fooling fans to give gifts? Now everyone is giving gifts, and the gifts are the most expensive. Do you have any? Can you? I have to admit that this counterattack directly pushed Li Chen's live broadcast room to the top of popularity, breaking countless records in a row. No matter which aspect, it has completely become a new benchmark. Because the gifts given out on this day alone are worth tens of millions or even hundreds of millions. When Li Chen brought Li Zifeng back to the house, the live broadcast was still not turned off. Li Chen moved several chairs and sat down in front of all the viewers in the live broadcast room. Li Zixin and others were calculating. Just when everyone was cheering, the haters still stood up. Can you prove anything by asking people to give gifts? Ridiculous. We didn't say that gifts can represent anything. What we care about is the attitude of the Li family. They said that the whole village planted trees, but they were lazy. I think those who gave gifts are also stupid. Look, the family has sat down, but others are still planting trees. Such people are simply bad. The key is that others are still helping them plant trees. As long as the haters are willing, they can criticize at any time. I am really going to laugh at this group of shameless haters. Now they have caught the laziness of their family. How much money did these people receive to say such brainless and seven-person words? Countless neutrals couldn't stand it. A large number of haters are just for the sake of hating. At this time, many villagers in the village have returned, and they are all smiling. Under the attention of millions of people in the live broadcast room, they walk to Li Chen's table. Uncle Wang, have you finished planting? Yes, Uncle Wang laughed. Can I continue planting? Yes, Li Chen smiled and handed over a glass of water and said, Sister San, settle the bill first. Li Zixin immediately calculated it, took out the phone and dialed it. After asking about the inspection situation, she immediately said, Uncle Wang, you planted a total of 18 trees, a total of 180. As Li Zixin finished speaking, Zhang Fan on the side took out the cash and counted it to Uncle Wang. One after another, the villagers who had finished planting trees and were returning came to collect the money. The entire live broadcast room, however, once again caused an uproar today because of this scene. The Country Life of a Rich Dad. Author, Wo Shihami Gua. Chapter 520. Grandpa Luo, this is the money you get for planting 8 trees, please keep it. Li Zixin handed over the receipt with a smile. Li Biwu, who was lying on the table, stared with her big black eyes and counted the money with her chubby little fingers. Xiao Wu, are you giving money to Grandpa Luo? Grandpa Luo asked Li Biwu, who was lying on the table with a smile. Li Biwu looked up at Grandpa Luo, then smiled sweetly and said, yes. Li Chen prepared enough cash just for today. Originally, Zhang Fan should have done the job of counting money, but he couldn't resist the little girl's interest in banknotes, so he gave up his position. Although children are small, they are also sensitive to money like adults. Today's Xiao Wu may not be able to recognize it at once, but she can also tell which one is big and which one is small. Li Chen prepared the most 10 yuan and 100 yuan, which is also convenient for settlement. Xiao Wu, give money to Grandpa Luo quickly. Li Chen patted Li Biwu's little butt on the side, and the little girl was already confused. Li Biwu pouted, snorted, and then took out 6 10 yuan bills. Li Zifeng, who was holding a mobile phone on the side, couldn't help but put one hand on his forehead and said, "Stupid, it's too little." Li Biwu laughed and said, I counted it right." "Wrong," Li Zifeng said helplessly, "this is 60. "Really?" Li Biwu rolled her eyes guiltily, turned her head to look at Li Chen, and quietly took out 2 bills with her little hand and said, "Sister, I counted it wrong, Dad, Xiao was obviously right." Li Chen didn't know whether to laugh or cry. "Do you really think your dad is blind?" "Hee, Grandpa Luo, you." Xiao took 8 10 yuan bills and put them in Grandpa Luo's palm, and smiled sweetly at him. Grandpa Luo couldn't help laughing, and when he saw Xiao's chubby little face, he couldn't help but want to pinch it. No, Li Biwu waved his hands in a serious manner, "Xiao still needs to count the money." "Uncle Luo. Well, it turns out that I have delayed your work." The people who were queuing up to get the money behind him were also amused by Xiao. Everyone was not anxious because Xiao was slow, but they were not anxious at all, and even competed to tease her. She made mistakes every time, and her little mouth was pouted high, humming to the people who were getting the money. The activity of getting money, which was supposed to be boring, suddenly became interesting. The line was getting longer and longer, and the people who had taken the saplings away before began to come back. Li Chen took the mobile phone and asked Xiaofeng to help Xiao count the money together, and the speed became faster. "Where are the haters? Why don't you spray anymore? I'm really annoyed by those who spray for the sake of spraying. Now I have nothing to say." The daddy bought trees and planted them in the whole village. Everyone who planted one tree could get 10 yuan. You tell me that the daddy is lazy? It's really funny. Some people really don't care about their conscience and the bottom line of being a human being just to get some money as a water army. The popularity of the live broadcast room reached its peak. The previous crazy rewards directly broke the record. As a result, countless viewers flocked to the live broadcast room, and many people who didn't know the truth only learned the truth later. As a result, more and more people began to condemn those black fans. Such a cute child is targeted. I really doubt the character and family education of these black fans. To be honest, online violence really doesn't cost a thing now, so these people are unscrupulous. Others are willing to spend tens of millions to buy trees, so they will miss the money of our fans. Xiao Wu and Xiao Feng are so cute. You don't like them, but don't hurt them, okay? Justice may be late, but it will never be absent. Just like now, as the direction of things gradually becomes clear. The black side could no longer stand, and even countless passers-by thought they were going too far. Li Zifeng took Li Biwu and Daodu and began to wander around the village. Li Chen followed the 2 sisters with his mobile phone. The picture was centered on the 2 sisters, showing everyone the current Ljia village. The scenery was picturesque and the mountains and rivers were beautiful. Next to the newly built cement road, young saplings have been erected, and they have begun to be labeled and certified. These are trees belonging to the Li family, and each tree will have a detailed record of the species. Oh my God, this dad is really rich. He actually planted all precious trees. Is this small leaf red sandalwood? Is it true? You are not lying. The person above, he is not lying. We saw it before. The dad bought precious woods. He spent 400 to 500 million on seedlings alone. Rich man. Please hug his thighs. Oh my God, if so many trees grow up, how rich will this village be? Host, can we cooperate? Is your village willing to develop tourism projects? In the live broadcast room, when countless people saw these precious tree species, they couldn't sit still. All of them are top-notch. Businessmen always look at business opportunities first. They hope to cooperate with Li Chen. If they can buy these trees, it would be even better. But Li Chen just took a look and politely rejected these people. In the beautiful fields, some people started to cultivate. As for those who planted trees, they still insisted on planting trees. After all, it was all money. For many people, it was the first time to see so many farmers working in the fields and in the countryside in a real sense. I can't say I was excited, but it was all very friendly and natural. Labor is the most glorious, and the anchor should shoot more videos like this to let us remember such beautiful moments. Haha, Daodu is so miserable, he can't even stand up straight because of Xiao's pressure. I admit that Daodu is the smartest Chinese rural dog in history. The above is really shameless. A local dog dares to claim to be the smartest. Where did they put my sheepdog? A bunch of ignorant trash. A local dog can actually be praised to the sky by you. It's really ridiculous. Host, we will visit you in a few days. I hope your dog will not be afraid of fighting when the time comes. A small local dog played a few fake games, and someone really praised it as a god of war. The country people are just ignorant. No one expected that a group of haters who started with Daodu would flood into the live broadcast room at this time. But Li Chen keenly noticed that these people were not the same group as the haters. Because their eyes have always been focused on the dog. The world-class dog king will come to China to challenge this local dog, and let you ignorant Chinese people see what a real fighting dog is. I, the dog king of Lingzhou, am not convinced, and I want the local dog of the anchor to teach me. More and more dog fighters appeared in the comments. The live broadcast room, which had just been quiet for a while, was in an uproar again, and many people clicked on the dog fighting video released by Li Zifeng. As a result, this matter, which was about to pass the heat, was mentioned again. The crowd then recalled the original memory. All dog fighters want to challenge Daodu. They are coming.